On the first day of the program, we gathered at the UMT convocation site at 9 a.m. The morning session from 10 a.m. to 12:30 p.m. involved important activities such as registration, R1 course briefing, and orientation. We took a break for the prayer and enjoyed a satisfying lunch from 12:30 p.m. to 2:30 p.m. The afternoon was dedicated to learning about camp management, leave no trace ethics, and the introduction to the outdoor recreation module. After having a refreshing afternoon tea, we delved into first aid theory, focusing on emergency assistance from 5 p.m. to 7 p.m. Following Maghrib prayer and dinner, we engaged in practical first aid exercises and learned about night control management until 10:30 p.m. We ended the day with supper and got ready for a good night rest. On the second day of the program, we started early with Fajr prayer followed by the physical activity and a hearty breakfast from 6 a.m. to 8 a.m. From 8 a.m. to 10 a.m., we learn about water activities, including water confidence and the importance of using safety jackets. The practical session from 10 a.m. to 12:30 p.m. involved an exciting water rafting experience in groups. After offering the prayer and enjoying a delicious lunch, we dedicated the afternoon from 2:30 p.m. to 4:30 p.m. to learn about compass reading, basic navigation, and orienteering using maps and compasses. We took a break for afternoon tea and Asr prayer before engaging in orienteering practice from 5 p.m. to 7 p.m. Following the Maghrib prayer and dinner, we focused on theory related to high rope activities and practice night expeditions where we work as a team, holding hands with friends in the dark. The day concluded with supper and bedtime preparations. Okay, on the third day of the program, we started with Fajr prayer and physical activities, followed by a wholesome breakfast from 6 a.m. to 8 a.m. From 8 a.m. to 10 a.m., we focused on higher activities, including the flying fox. After the prayer and lunch, we played unfamiliar but enjoyable creative games during the afternoon session from 2:30 p.m. to 4:30 p.m. We took a break for afternoon tea and Asar prayer, then spent 5 p.m. to 7 p.m. preparing for the evening performance, which was organized by participants in groups. After Maghrib prayer and dinner, we showcased our talents through singing, acting, and cultural talks. We also had a theory examination on various topics covered in the program. The day ended with supper and participants discussing the upcoming closing ceremony. On the fourth day of the program, we began with Fajr prayer and engaged in physical activities while enjoying a nutritious breakfast from 6 a.m. to 8 a.m. The morning session from 8 a.m. to 10 a.m. involved cleaning the campsite, ensuring we left in a tidy condition. We also had a summary session of the R1 module, recapping the key learnings from the program. Then, from 10 a.m. to 12:30 p.m., we gathered for the closing ceremony, a special event marking the end of our time together. We had a memorable farewell meal, cherishing the friendships and experiences we shared throughout the program. At 12:30 p.m., it was time to bid farewell and return to UMT, carrying with us the memories and lessons gained from this enriching outdoor adventure.
Okay, next I would like to explain about activity during camping. So firstly, the first activity is setting up a tent. This activity of setting up a tent is the main things when arriving at the campsite. Firstly, we need to find a suitable camping site that is safe from the threat of wild animals and others. Secondly, looking for a site with a beautiful view and a flat site to set up a camp. Next is first aid practice activities for basic introduction of how to tie a sling for emergencies when there is an injured member and so on. And then this activity is important to know how to tie the sling properly and neatly. Next is water confidence activities, that is help someone who doesn't know how to swim to become a confident and brave person when dealing with water. This activity is to give self-confidence to swim and be confident to save yourself during an emergency. And then this activity builds courage and high confidence to jump from a high place, such as the photo, and learn how to high jump correctly and emerge with floating and safety. Next activity is water rafting. Water rafting is an outdoor recreational activity that uses an unsinkable boat or raft. It has different levels of difficult according to the water currents where the sport is practiced, and it can be done solo, but it's more often done with a group and requires good teamwork to manage the water. Okay, the next activity is flying fox. Flying fox is also known as zip line, is a famous adventure activity for fun and Okay, next activity is orienteering practice and compass activity. Orienteering is a sport where competitors use a map and a compass to find a series of checkpoints. There is no marked path, so participants must choose their own routes from the checkpoint to the next point. And this is often done in the forest, although it can also be done in park, school campus, city street, and others. This activity is an introduction to how to use a compass and use a map correctly. Okay, next active and the last one activity is jungle trekking. Jungle trekking can be loosely defined as hiking through the rainforest, but it is much more than that. Jungle trekking in the forest is an exciting challenge that takes you far and far to enjoy the atmosphere at night in the beauty of the forest. Thank you.
There are 4 basic equipment needed during camping. First is a tent. Tent is a temporary shelter consisting of sheet of fabric or other material draped over used for recreational camping, and it is easy to build on the ground. Next is compass. There are several functions of compass which is determine the existence of the location, make sure we are on the right track, give direction, orient our map when orienteering exercise, and let us know the current of our location. Third is first aid kit. First aid kit is the first and immediate assistance given to any persons who suffering a minor or serious injury. Example equipment on the first aid kit box is bandage, medical tape, tweezers, and pain reliever, and more. Lastly is a map. Map is a picture of the Earth's surface on the flat plane using certain scales. There are several types of map, including topography map, general map, world map. There are 7 equipment needed during flying fox. First is a helmet. Helmet serves as a head protector from stone and sharp objects from hitting the head. Next is a carabiner. Carabiner is a safety net that connects you with the rope. Third is the harness. Harness is used to support the body and connect with other safeguards such as webbing sling. Next is figure 8. This part of equipment is a safety equipment and belayers. It's indispensable, especially usually for braking. Fifth is Carpenter rope. There are 2 types of this Carpenter rope, which is dynamic and static. This rope has flexibility up to 30% and has load capacity of up to 2 tons. Next is webbing sling. Webbing sling serves as a connector between harness and pulley and used for handrail for balance. And lastly is a pulley. It is used to help slide the persons over the line cable. Next is equipment for water confidence. We just need to use the life jacket. Life jacket can help the persons to keep floating on the surface of the water. For orienteering practice and compass activity, there are 2 important equipment needed, which is compass and map. As I mentioned in the previous slide, compass can help us to determine the existence of our location, give directions, and orient our map. For first aid practice, we also just need to use a sling cloth. Sling cloth can help to relieve injured or broken parts, stop bleeding, covering wounds, and more. There are 5 types of wrap that can be done by using this sling cloth, which is arm sling, head sling, knee or elbow slings,
wrist slings, and lastly is foot sling. The last activity that we have done during camping is the water rafting. There are 5 equipment for this activity. First is the life jacket. As I mentioned in the previous slide, life jacket can help the persons to keep floating on the surface of the water. Next is the paddle. Each of the persons who sit at the right and left sides have this equipment and make the raft move in all directions. Third is the jerry can HDPE water container. This water container can help the persons to maintain their balance while sitting on the raft. Maybe I can say that it is served as our seat. Next is the nylon rope. To build this raft, we need this nylon rope to tie the PVC pipes with the other PVC pipes neatly and tightly. Lastly is the PVC pipes. There are 7 rows of PVC pipes used as a frame to build a raft.
Okay, I would like to explain about the safety procedure. So, firstly, it's about camping. Camping, you can choose a safe and suitable campsite that is well maintained and has proper facility such as a toilet. And then, respect nature and leave no tracks. Follow the principle or leave no track, we include packing out all trash. Then, be conscious with my wildlife. Keep a safe distance from wild animals and never feed them. Okay, for firefox, wear appreciate safety gear. Always wear a helmet, and the protective fitness harness is the specially designed for zip lining. Then follow instruction. Listen carefully to the instruction provided from the operator of tour guide. Then maintain a safe distance. Keep a safe distance from other participants, especially when landing. For water rafting, include the water confident. Wear a personal flotation device (PFD). Always wear a properly fitness PFD or life jacket when do the water rafting and water confident. Learn proper about the water rafting or water confident. Learn from the guide and practice proper water rafting technique. Include pedal stroke, maneuvering, and safe rescue techniques. And the last one, practice capsizes and safe rescues, such as learn and practice safe rescue techniques. Include how to enter swim after capsizing.